How to use TikTok ads tutorial for beginners. Hey guys, welcome to this video. In today's tutorial, I'm going to walk you through a step-by-step guide on how to launch TikTok ads as a beginner. Even if you've never touched an ad dashboard in your entire life, this is going to be a detailed, holy grail, super practical, and I'm literally gonna show you every single step on my screen. So by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to set up your first TikTok campaign. I'll guide you through the full process of launching a TikTok ad, from setting up your ad account to choosing the right objective, targeting, budgeting, and creative practices. So step number 1 is how to set up your TikTok Ads Manager. First things first, head over to TikTok Ads, tiktokadsmanager.com, and we're going to click on Create Now. Let's head over to it. To get started, we will need to log in. It's going to take you through a quick setup wizard, which is for us to fill up our business information, maybe select the billing country and currency, and then choose business as the account type if you're running real offers, whether it's an e-commerce store, service, or even a digital product. So let's get up with it. Now, TikTok for Business starts off with signing up. Let's sign that up. Well, I would definitely recommend that you create a separate business account, because that way you can separate your personal account with your business account. So let's agree to the terms and conditions, and sign up. Alright, so now that we're inside the dashboard, we will need to fill up a few details before we begin on creating our campaign. You can enter in your website, business website, or product link. This is recommended, but not that important. You can name your business something. I just go with XYZ for now. You can select the industry that you have. Let's go with health and wellness. You can select the country and the region that we have. As of now, this country is not available, so we can select the different one that is, and then we click on continue after filling up all of those details, and then you head over to the create campaign section. Okay, so after filling in these credentials, you're gonna have to start by building your campaign by clicking on and create campaign. Once you do that, you can add in all the objectives, the campaign information, the advertisements, the budget, and audience tracking. Now, all of that can be run from here. Exactly. As you see, this is where you can control the basic data, the video play, the engagement, and so on and so forth. So TikTok will ask you to choose your campaign objective, which is super important, and you need to fill that up to be able to let them know what kind of results you want. For beginners, I would recommend starting with either traffic, conversions, or video views, depending upon your goal. But if you're testing a new offer, start with traffic. However, if you already have your pixel set up, you're selling something, go with conversions. You're going to name your campaign something, like name it into anything, maybe something like a test campaign, and leave the A to B testing off for now. You can turn on campaign budget optimization if you're running multiple ad groups, but if this is your first time, I'd suggest setting the budget as an ad group level instead. Next up would be to set up the ad group right here. Once you click on budgeting and audience target, here you will need to be creating your targeting. Magic happens here. You need to create and select your promotion type. If you're sending traffic to a website, you're going to choose traffic. On the other hand, if you have something like optimization, you can choose conversions, landing page views, or clicks. However, if you're doing e-commerce, you can choose conversions. So if you have a custom audience, just exactly like how it worked with TikTok, I mean, this is where the campaign reports show up. So for that, you can see it based off of gender, country, even age. I mean, if you're heading off for something like 18 to 24 years, you can choose that. You can also align it with location, interests, and behaviors. For beginners, use interest-based targeting. So let's just say you're doing something like health and fitness. You can target home workouts and athletes. TikTok's algorithm is super strong, so avoid going too narrow. Broad is definitely better for the AI to learn faster. So next up is that budgeting, where you're going to choose a daily budget of at least $20 to $50 to give TikTok enough data. You can also set a schedule if you want the ads to run only on specific days or times. You can leave the bidding strategy on the lowest cost. This is going to ensure that your budget is spent as efficiently as possible. These are all the different tools that you can use. Maybe you can head over to the creative library, work with your videos, with your ads, and so on and so forth. Here you can observe all the trends that have been approved, the payments on your dashboard. I mean, this is how the dashboard's going to look like once you set it all up. So yeah, this next step would be to create the ad, which would be creative and copy. copy. So you're running a creative ad copy area. And for that, you will need to use TikTok's video creation kit to make the most out of it. For example, you can head over to Tools, click on Creative Library. Over here, you are going to start to have an UGC or short form video content. That's where it's going to shine, because TikTok ads work best when they feel like native content, not something like a commercial that's overly polished to look like an advertisement. So when uploading your video, make sure that it is in the ratio of 9:16 vertical format. It's less than 50 to 60 seconds, and it has a call to action or a hook in the first 3 seconds. You're gonna also add a caption over here and make sure it goes something like this: changed my skincare game forever, or maybe these sweatpants TikTok made me buy. So make sure your call to action is pretty clear, something like learn more or order yours, or shop now. So finally, you can also add in your URL right here in the images or playable. And the last but not least, before the optimization, we are going to head into understanding how the TikTok ad revenue works along with its analytics. These are the analytics. You can have a campaign report of all the accounts that you've reached, all the total costs you spent, all the impressions you have, and all the clicks you've had in just the last 7 days. So CTR would be click-through rate. It tells people if they're engaging or not. CPC would be cost per click. It's like how much it costs to get someone onto your site. CPA, on the other hand, would be cost per action, if the ads are running into conversions or not. And this is the amount of view time or the amount of reaches that you've had, how much of your ad people are actually watching. You can look up all of these analytics into the campaign report, into tools section, or even in the analytics right here, this one. And make sure that you run the ad at least for 3 to 4 days before making huge changes. So yeah. Okay, so one more thing that you really need to keep in mind is optimization. Because if you're getting clicks but no conversions, you're going to have to check your landing page. You've got to check if it's mobile optimized. Are your load times fast enough? Is your offer clear or not? You can also duplicate your ad groups, tweak the targeting slightly. I mean, the targeting that we were working on was for these age groups. Maybe change that up. Maybe try a different age group, or swap out different interests and do an A to B test if it's against the original. Keep testing 2 to 3 of these creatives per ad group and let the algorithm find what's best performing for you. And that's it. You've not learned how to fully set up and launch your first TikTok ad campaign from scratch to live. There's no fluff, there's no shortcuts. Thank you so much for watching. If this video helped you, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dive beginner tutorials just like this one.